All right, everybody. So we are going to take this very much into the hips today. We're going to take this to an EPK2 Vinyasa 2, or I will be referring to this as the hurdler's balance or hurdler's pose, because it's easier to say. And so basically, it's going to be a lot of opening through the inner thighs. Definitely get to the hamstrings quite a bit as well. And a lot of people will call this a flying split. So you're going to get into the hip flexors as well and feel this in the glutes. So it's going to be all over. So just have that in mind as we go through the different variations of the poses today. I have two demonstrations before we start. So that hurdler's balance is going to be part of the flow. And every sequence will eventually bring you to the front of the mat. You're going to come into this almost all fours position. So you're going to have both hands down, one knee down, and 1 foot forward behind the wrist on the same side. And then there's going to be a little bit of shifting around, keep in mind. I can only cue this into so much detail because it very much matters how long your limbs are in relation to your torso and that sort of thing. So work this as best you can and be ready to shimmy things around over here and over there. It's not that easy a pose for a lot of people. So with that front foot, you're going to lift the heel and keep it lifted. Bring the knee up high outside the arm. And then from here, you want to think chaturanga with your arms. Bring your shoulders forward. Pull the elbows in toward each other underneath you. And you got to pull the elbows in close, keep in mind. Now you're going to lean away from that front leg. So my left leg's forward. I'm going to put my ribs on my right arm. Put the left leg on my left arm and lift the left foot. Be sure you lift that foot up off the floor. You're not going to go anywhere. Keep gripping the mat with your hands. And then look forward. Start to lean forward. Just take it slow. That's what's going to lift the back leg up off the floor, keep in mind. And rather than just rounding down with your head coming to the floor and doing this sort of thing, you're never going to lift up out of this. You got to engage the back line of your body. So look forward. Pull your chest forward. You want to feel the tension in the upper back, keep in mind. And you're moving toward a little bit of back bend in the upper body, ideally. And then the back leg comes up. Now, if you want to take it further, you can also extend the front leg, maybe extend it to the side, maybe forward. Depends on how open you are. But work things as best you can. See how far you're able to take this and at least come to the setup here. It's definitely a good hip opener all by itself. So just work things as best you can, and then we'll move through the vinyasa from there. And that is at the end of the sequence, again, keep in mind. Now, at the beginning of the sequence, I have one other demonstration. You're going to take this into a three-legged dog, and then you're going to hop this back and forth. So I've got both hands on the floor, my right leg high, and I'm going to be pretty picky about this today. So I want you to keep your lifted leg as straight as you can. Reach for the big toe, point the foot, lock the knee, keep your thigh tense, and that leg should stay rigid the whole time. You should feel the lift in the glutes. So you want to lower your hips so the hips stay square. We're going to take it back and forth without bending that lifted leg at all. Look forward toward your hands. You're going to bend to the base knee, and then press into that base foot, hop it forward, and then press into that base foot and hop it back. Now, I'm not really kicking the lifted leg high. It's moving because it's attached to the rest of me. My hips are moving up and down. And when you press off that base foot, like right now, my foot's only coming about 6 inches up off the floor. It's not that big a deal. Just put weight to your hands. Be sure you're not bending to the elbows and collapsing. But if you want to take it toward inversion, you can press into that base foot, hop forward, maybe stack your hips over your shoulders. But again, keep your lifted leg straight as you take it back and forth. And we'll take that back and forth for a few rounds. We'll eventually end up at the front of the mat. So just work that as best you can and see how far you want to go with this. And just keep all that in mind. So all that said, let's go ahead and start the standing. So bring yourself up to the front of the mat. And we'll take this into a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart and just look down for a moment. And then bring it all the way down to your ragdoll fold. So bring your chin down to your chest. Let your arms hang. Put a bend in your knees. And just stay loose as you come down. Bend the knees deep to bring your torso down as flat as you can onto your thighs. And then just relax here. As your arms hang down, relax the muscles in your neck. Let your head just hang. And if you want a little bit more weight here, you can reach across the opposite elbows and still let everything sink down. You might feel a deeper stretch around the shoulders and the sides of your ribs. Now just keep in this position. Keep yourself relatively balanced between the toes and heels. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in here. Let your mind quiet down. And then when you're ready, as best you can, start to breathe deeply. So with your inhale, pulling as much air as you can, try to fill up your lungs and hold on to that breath for just a moment at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So just slow your breath down on the way back out and work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And keep your eyes closed as you exhale, but release any grip you have. Let your arms just hang. And then from here, just take it slowly. We're going to bring this back to vertical. Doesn't have to be super slow, but pull your belly in. And then start to round your low back, your mid back. Start to straighten the legs as you bring this up. Bring your shoulders up. Let your palms open up. Lift your head up last. And then keep the eyes closed. Come back down, chin to chest. And just make the motion smooth. Doesn't have to be super slow, but round from the upper back. The mid back, pull your belly and round your low back as much as you can. Hinge from the hips, bend the knees, bring your torso down to touch your thighs again. And then round this back up from that ragdoll fold. And again, restack your spine. Open up your palms, draw your shoulders back, bring your head up last. And then round it back down one more time, chin to chest. Let the arms just hang. And then as you round your spine, just hinge from the hips, bring your torso down onto your thighs. And then come back up one more time. Round up to vertical. Restack your spine, belly pull in. Open up your palms, bring your head up last. And then just open your eyes. So with your next inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, reaches up high again. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale through center again. Inhale, reaches up high. And now from here, keep reaching and take it to the side. Left hand becomes a fist. With your right hand, take hold of that wrist. Draw the left arm across, press your hips left, bring your gaze up high. Maybe drop your left shoulder back a little bit here, but just breathe here as you're leaning. Now with your next inhale, come to vertical, reach up high. Take it the other way. Right hand becomes a fist. With your left hand, pull the right wrist over to your left. Press the hips to the right, gaze up high. Maybe drop that right shoulder back, but just lengthen this out and stretch this out. With your next inhale, back to center, release that grip. Now the exhale this time, elbows out wide. Let your chest open, let your head fall back. Inhale, reach straight up. Exhale, elbows out wide, open up your chest. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale one more time, elbows wide, let your head fall back, hold here. Now draw the shoulder blades toward each other, let your head just hang. Maybe take it lower, engage your glutes, press your hips forward, little bend in the knees. With your next inhale, back upright, both arms up high. Now with the exhale, bring the hands down through center, and then to your low back. Now palms facing away, and I'm just moving for the camera here. Feet about hips width distance apart. Now keep the fingers spread wide, keep your shoulders pulled back, and keep your chest open. We're going to take it down through 1.5 Hindu squats. So I want you to press your toes into the floor, lift your heels up high, and keep them lifted. Try to hold your torso vertical as best you can. Now with the heels lifted, start to bend the knees. Let the knees go forward. Now take it slow, make the motion smooth. You can stop at any point, maybe come all the way down to the heels. And keep your heels lifted. Keep your torso upright, come all the way back up the vertical. And then with the heels stay high, go ahead, bend the knees. Keep your shoulders pulled back, just take it down halfway. And then once you're halfway down, set your heels on the floor, and you're basically in a variation of chair from here. Now I want to move and take this from one foot to the next. So back and forth, this will be our center position with the knees still bent. So put the weight to your left foot. Right foot steps back. Now hinge from your left hip, touch your belly to your left thigh, bring the right knee all the way down. And then come back to center and come back to chair. Keep your chest open. Bring the weight to the right, left foot steps back. Belly to your right thigh, shoulders pulled back, left knee comes down. And then back to center, both knees bent, still in chair. Over to the left side, right foot steps back. Belly to your left thigh, lightly touch the right knee down. And come back to center here. Bring it over to the right foot, step your left foot back. Now hinge from the hips, belly to the right thigh, bring your left knee down. And then come back to center again. Over to your left foot, right foot steps back. Hinge from the hips, shoulders pulled back, bring the right knee down. Back to center, onto both feet. And then one more time to the right side. Belly to the right thigh, bring your left knee down, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then back to center with both knees bent. Now once you find this position, keep looking forward, release your hands, reach straight forward. And then hinge from the hips, stretch this out long, hang your seat back as far as you can, bring your torso down to your thighs. Now I want to go all the way to a seat, and if this is as far as you can lower, you can bring your hands down to the floor. But if you can sink down deeper, try to find your deepest squat, still reaching forward. And then try to counterbalance this as best you can. Maybe reach forward in between your thighs. And with minimal impact, go ahead and bring your seat all the way down. And then once you're down, hands down behind you, just go ahead and fold your knees to the right and left. And just loosen things out. And then come back into center. Now keep the feet on the floor, reach your arms straight forward around your spine again. And then slowly round this all the way back. Take hold of your knees on the way down, pull your knees into your chest. And then just squeeze everything in. Now pull down, try to flatten out your spine, maybe pull the knees out wide. You can rock a little bit side to side here. And then go ahead, release your grip, come into center, bring the feet down to the floor. And we'll set this up for a bridge variation. So feet and knees about hips width distance apart. Heels close enough to your seat that you can start with your low back as flat as possible. And then arms at your sides with the palms down. Just keep your gaze up high. Let's take this back and forth. So with an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press your hips up high again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, press your hips high. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips up again and hold this time. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep the hips pressing up, hold the tension of the lift. And see about taking this further. You can bring your hands underneath your hips, maybe interlace your fingers. Maybe pull the palms toward each other. You can take it even further, drawing the shoulders behind your chest to open up even more. But still, keep your glutes engaged and keep your hips pressing high. Now you can just keep your hands at your sides if you like, but we're going to keep this lift and take it up onto one foot at a time. So press into your left foot, pull the right knee toward your chest, keep your hips lifted, and then set your right foot down. Put the weight to the right foot, draw your left knee in. Left foot comes down. Weight to the left foot, draw the right knee in and keep your hips high. Right foot comes back down. Weight to the right foot, pull your left knee in close. And then left foot down. Weight to the left foot, pull the right knee in and hold here. Maybe take it further and extend the right leg. And then go ahead and set the foot. Put your weight to the right foot, draw your left knee in. Maybe extend your left leg high. And then set your left foot down. One more round, bring it to the left foot. Draw the right knee in close, maybe take it further, hold a little bit longer, hips are still high. And then right foot comes back down. Weight goes to the right foot, draw the left knee in. Maybe extend that leg high, but hold here. And then set your left foot down. Still in bridge, engage your glutes, dig down into your heels. Try to take it up a little bit higher. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this, roll all the way back down. Now once you're down, pull your knees to your chest, bring your hands to your knees, squeeze everything in. As you're squeezing, curl up, lift your head, lift your shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees. And then just cross at the ankles, roll forward to a seat. Come further to your hands, find all fours. And then once you're in all fours, take a moment here and move around. Now stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move side to side, just feel things out. Notice where you're loose and where you're tight. And then bring this into center in all fours, and we'll take this into the wrist right away. So wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips to set this up. Look down at your hands. Now keep the palms facing down, but rotate your fingertips to the side, in toward the knees as far as you can go. Both hands. Flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down into the mat. Keep that grip. And press your spine up toward the ceiling. If you want to just stay like this is good enough. Now if you can take things further, step your right foot forward outside the right hand, maybe past it. And maybe just keep the arms straight and start moving the hips forward and back and twist a little bit side to side to keep that grip. If you want to take it further still, bend the elbows, bring your chest forward, and put more weight in the arms. And you can move around here. Again, keep that grip, keep your hands engaged. And then switch it out. Bring the right knee back down. Same thing on the other side. Left foot steps forward outside the left hand, maybe past it. You can keep the arms straight, move around, just keep that grip. You can bend the elbows and bring more weight forward. But take it to where you need to and just feel this out. And then go ahead, press in your hands. Come back to center with both knees down. Now once your knees are down, come up onto the fingertips and walk the hands in. And bring the hands right in front of your knees. Now go ahead, flip your hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, the fingertips point in the direction of your feet. Now set your hands flat, spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down into the floor. Now, if this is enough, you can stay with this. Now, if you want to take it a little bit further, shoulders forward, bend the elbows in toward you. It doesn't take much of a bend for you to feel a lot more engagement, a lot more stretch. But just take this to where you can. Don't force it. Try to keep your arms parallel, keep the arms in line, whether the arms are straight or the elbows are bent. Now, as you press down into the fingertips, see about taking this further if you want. You can step the right foot back, straighten it out, and lift the right foot. Now, reach to the big toe, point the foot, lock the knee, lower the hips so you can feel this in the glutes. And then when a pulse here, lifting from the glutes, but bringing that heel up high on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right knee down. Take it to this other side. Step your left foot back. Lift that foot up off the floor. Reach to the big toe. Point the foot. Lock the knee. Keep the thigh toes. Lower the left hip. And then pulse here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left knee down. And then come up onto the fingertips, down onto your heels, and check your hands out. And then once the hands are ready, come back to all fours. And we're going to set this up for a modified Russian push-up from this point. So wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath your hips, but bring your knees together, bring your feet together as well. And then slide your hands in a little bit closer than the usual all fours, maybe about half a hand's length. Now palms down, rotate your hands to the sides at least a little bit. Index fingers pointing forward, or maybe even rotate it out to the right and left just slightly. We're taking this off the wrists. But flatten your palms, grab the floor with your fingertips, keep the fingertips down. And then have the shoulders forward, pass your wrist right away. So this is the position we'll start in, and this is where we'll end. Now, I want to take it back and forth. As you bend the elbows, keep the arms parallel. Think chaturanga here with the elbows pulled into your sides. So bring it forward. Shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now hold here, halfway down, elbows pulled toward your ribs. Now keep your arms at this bend. Bring your weight back and touch the elbows down to the floor. Arms are still bent. Bring your weight forward, back to chaturanga arms. And then press up to straight. 2 more rounds. Shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Hold here, halfway down. Now bring your weight back. Elbows come down to the floor. Shift your weight forward. Elbows are still pulled into your sides. And then press back up to straight. 1 more time. Shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Hold here, halfway down. Now bring your weight back. Elbows come down to the floor. Shift your weight forward. Keep the elbows pulled in like this. And then press up to straight. And then take a moment to move and relax. Now I'm going to go through one more set, and again 3 rounds. You can do the same thing we just did if it's hard enough, and it may well be. And if you want to take this further, you can do this with straight legs. And that's going to bring you through dolphin and plank. Now keep in mind it's still the same motion of the arms right away. So find your setup, pressing your palms, dig your fingertips down, legs straight or knees on the floor. Shift your shoulders forward past the wrist right away. This is where you start and this is where you end. Now again here, keep the arms in line. Shoulders forward as the elbows pull into your sides, come halfway down. Now bring your weight back. Elbows come down to the floor. Arms stay bent. Bring your weight forward. Keep the elbows pulled in like this. And then press it up to straight. 2 more times. Shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Hold here, halfway. Shift your weight back. Bring the elbows down to the floor. Now bring your weight forward. Keep the elbows pulled into your sides like this. And then press it up to straight. 1 more time. Shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Hold here, halfway. Now bring your weight back. Elbows come down to the floor. Everything stays in line. Bring your weight forward. Keep the elbows pulled into your sides like this. And then press back up to straight. If the knees are lifted, set them down. Take a moment here to breathe. And then one more thing before we move on. Now we're going to use a lopsided setup here. So why don't you bring your right forearm down but stay on your left hand. So the right elbow stays aside. Bring that hand to center. Slide your left hand back, stack the elbow directly over the wrist and keep the elbow pulled in. And then when you're ready, go ahead, step your feet back and bring yourself into a lopsided plank. Now keep your body in line, chest facing down, left elbow stays pulled into your side. And as you hold this, lift your left foot up off the floor. Now back and forth, take an inhale. With the exhale, bring it forward, left knee to left shoulder, close as you can go. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Now keep it here and press that left leg down into your left arm. And if you can take it further, maybe extend your left leg over your arm. And then go ahead, release. Bring both knees down, come up onto both hands. And we'll set it up for the other side. So when you're ready, come down onto your left forearm, but stay on the right hand. Left elbow to the side, left hand moves into center, that forms diagonal. Slide your right hand back, elbow stacks over the wrist, keep the elbow pulled in. Now go ahead, step both feet back, bring your body into line. And just hold here, keep your chest facing down. Now as you hold this, lift the right foot up off the floor, keep your body in line. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring it forward, right knee to right shoulder, bring it in close. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to shoulder one more time, hold it here. And then set the right leg down on the right arm, stay here. If you can take it further, maybe extend that right leg over the right arm. And then go to release, come down to both knees, up onto your hands. And then from all fours, just give yourself a moment here to move around and breathe. Now you can just take a little break or take another stretch before we move on, whatever you like. But whenever you're ready, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips. And bring this up into downward facing dog. Now once you come into your down dog, take a look at how you set things up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Pressing your palms flat in your hands, feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. And then sink your chest down low to the floor. And even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can. And keep that upward reach for the hips. Keep the upper body in line from the wrist creases through to the hips. Hold tension through your core, through the belly, around the low ribs. And if your legs are tight, let it go. You can always bend your knees. Maybe just stay loose here and pedal this out and let your hips move. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees. Look forward, step to the front. Let's take a ragdoll fold again. Feet about hips with distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose here and let the muscles in your neck relax. You can hang your hands down, you can reach to opposite elbows if you like. And maybe shake side to side to loosen further. And then from wherever you are here, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin, but restack your spine. So slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Take a moment to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in the knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor, to the shins, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Find your shape, sink the shoulders, palms press to the floor, press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling, stay lifted. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Now keep the elbows pulled into your sides, keep your body in line. And take it all the way down into your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you, hands under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides. And we'll take it up and down through low cobra from here. So with an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, peel up one more time. Now stay lifted here. Keep the lift in your upper body, press into your feet. Take some all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, pull the shoulders back, keep your gaze forward. Work to lift this up a little bit higher still. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll down. Now reach your right arm forward, lay your left arm down at your side. We'll take a half bow variation. Bend the right elbow so the right forearm is parallel to the front. Bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand and find the right foot. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, just lift your head, neck, and chest and look forward. Focus on the right arm, press it to the floor, pull your chest forward, and reach the top of the head toward the ceiling. Now kick into your left hand, pull your left shoulder forward to lift your right knee, and then kick that left foot into the floor. Bring the weight forward toward your belly. Keep breathing here. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, bring this back down. Switch it out. Right arm down at your side. Left arm reaches forward. Now bend your left elbow, bring that forearm parallel to the front. Bend your left knee, reach back with the right hand, find your grip. When you're ready, with an inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest and look forward. Now press that left arm into the floor, pull your chest forward as much as you can, top of that reaches toward the ceiling, and then kick into the right hand. Draw your right shoulder forward, bring that left knee up higher, kick into the right foot, bring the weight forward toward your belly, and just keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring it all down. Now hands back under the shoulders, elbows into your sides, press the palms to the floor, and we'll take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang. Stand at the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active, work to lift your knees up from the mat. Take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes. Try to pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Lift up with your arms, lift with your shoulders, keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips apart, back to down dog. Paddle out for a moment, let your hips move side to side. We'll take this to our sun salutations here. Steady movement, take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. With the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturangas, next high plank to low. Now with an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze up, dog or cobra. And with the exhale, pull your belly in. And bring your hips up out of down dog. 2 more rounds, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale to stand and reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, high plank to lows next. Now with an inhale, open up, draw things forward. Exhale, pull back in, and bring your hips back up. One last round, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand and reach your arms up high. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift here. And then with the exhale, set the hands, chaturanga. Now with an inhale, open up, draw forward. Exhale, pull back in. Bring your hips back up. Just find your downward facing dog and breathe. Now from your downward facing dog, inhale your right leg high behind you. And then lift your right hip, stack it above the left. Now even as you open toward the scorpion dog, keep a straight right leg. So point through the foot, reach for the big toe, lock the knee, keep the thigh tense. Right hip stays stacked above the left. We're going to pulse this from the glutes, moving that heel over to the left side. So on my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now square up the hips, come back to that 3-legged dog. Keep your right leg straight, keep the knee locked. Now look forward toward your hands, keep the left foot where it is. But bend your left knee, you feel the hips move straight up and down. Now back and forth, pressing your left foot, hop this forward. And then pressing your left foot, hop it back. Pressing your left foot, hop it forward again. Press into the left foot, hop it back. Pressing your left foot, hop it forward one more time, stay forward. And then step the right foot down between your hands, that's your base foot. Draw the left knee into your chest and around your spine. Then take hold of your left knee. And let's bring this all the way up to vertical. Now once you're up, take a moment, find your stability, dig down into that right big toe. And then when you're ready, hands to your hips. Line the left knee up with the right one, take a dancer variation. So reach back with the right hand, find the inside edge of your left foot. Once you've got that grip, line up your knees. Now just keep your left hand at your left hip rather than going into the regular pose. We're going to move back and forth, hinging and then coming back up to vertical. So keep your gaze forward, kick into that right hand, keep your chest open best you can. Keep a little bend in your right knee. Now go slow, hinge from the right hip, and bring yourself toward a halfway fold with your belly facing down. And then keep that tension. Take it slow, bring yourself back upright and line up the knees. Again like that, kick into the right foot, hinge from the right hip. Keep the right knee bent a little bit. Now try to hold your gaze forward as you bring it toward halfway down. And then bring yourself back up to vertical. And bring the knees in line. One more time like that. Keep that tension on the right side, right shoulder pulling forward. And bring yourself down as low as you can hold. Stay here. Take an inhale. Now at the exhale, it's a pyramid stance. Left foot steps back, one pace behind the right. About 3 feet front to back, but still hips width distance side to side. Both feet flat, left foot points to side about 45 degrees or so. Both legs straight, right hip back, left hip forward. Now once you find your stance, bring your hands to your low back, interlace the fingers. Pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. And then from here to halfway down, take an inhale. With the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest, come down toward halfway. Inhale, bring this all the way upright. Exhale, hinge forward just toward halfway down. Feel that on the right thigh. Inhale, bring this all the way up again. And then with the exhale, hinge toward halfway down and hold. Now keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your gaze forward like this. And take it deeper. Bend the right knee as much as you need to, but bring your torso down onto your right thigh. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. And if this is already enough of a stretch on the back of the right leg, stay here. Now if you can take it further, keep looking forward, but maybe straighten that right leg even more. Now you can go further with the knees bent or not. Press your knuckles toward the ceiling. That'll open your chest. And if you want to go deeper still, you can bend your left knee, lift your left heel, and focus more weight on that right leg. Just take things to where you can right now. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release both hands down around that right foot. Slide your left foot back, bring this into low lunge. And then take it down lower, left knee down. Left foot flat behind, sink your hips down, press them forward. When you're ready with an inhale, open this up and reach your arms up high. Now reach up and back, gaze up high, let your hips sink low toward the front of the mat. And find that long arc on the left side from the left knee all the way through the left shoulder. And just breathe here. Now while you hold this shape, take your hands into a steeple grip, palms together. Interlace the fingers, but point the index fingers. Now keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your gaze high to start. And if your chest is tight, go ahead, bend the elbows and bring them out wide. If you can take it with straight arms, make sure this doesn't force your head forward. Now as you hold this, keep the arch in your spine. And then just take this sideways. So I want you to lean the right, look down to the right side. And then come back up to center. Again, lean right, look down to the right. And then bring it back up to center. One more time, lean right, look down to the right and hold here. Keep that left hip pulling forward. Now take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly release your hands. Right hand to the right hip, left arm past your right thigh. We're taking this to a twist. Use the left arm to deepen your twist and pull that right shoulder back. Now look toward the back mat. Try to keep that left hip still low and still pulling forward. And this is good enough right here. Now if you can take it further without backing up your hips, maybe bend the left knee and lift the left heel, pulled in close. And then set the foot down, keep your hips low. Again, bend the left knee, pull the heel in close. And set the foot back down. Not supposed to be easy. One more time, bend the left knee, pull the heel in close, stay here. And if the foot's close enough, you can reach back with that right hand and bring the heel in closer still. But keep your twist and keep the left hip low. And those are the first priorities, keep in mind. Take an inhale. Now at the exhale, just release this. Both hands down inside the right foot. Now slide the right foot back to behind the right wrist. The left knee is already on the floor. And this puts us in the almost all fours position. So pressing your palms, lift the right heel. And keep the right knee high outside the arm. And then in toward chaturanga. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows in underneath. Lean away from the right leg, put your ribs on the left arm. Right leg goes on the right arm, lift the right foot. And then keep looking forward, keep leaning to lift your left leg. If you want to take it further, maybe extend your right leg as well. When you're ready, go ahead and take it through your vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, paddle out for a moment. Let's take all that to the other side. So with your next inhale, raise your left leg high. Now with your left leg straight, lift your left hip, stack it above the right, come into the straight-legged scorpion dog. Now be intent with that left leg. Reach to the big toe, keep the foot pointed, lock the knee, keep the thigh tense. Now when it pulses, that heel will go to the side and the engagement's in the left glute. So on my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg still straight. Square the hips and come into your three-legged dog. Keep reaching through the big toe. Keep the knee locked. Look forward toward your hands. Right foot stays where it is, but bend the right knee. Feel your hips move straight up and down. Now back and forth. Press into your right foot. Hop this forward. Press into your right foot, hop it back. Press into the right foot, hop it forward. Press into your right foot, hop it back. Now press into your right foot, hop it forward one more time and stay forward. Left foot comes down between your hands, that's your base foot. Pull the right knee to your chest around your spine. Now take hold of the right knee. Let's bring it all the way up to vertical again. Now once you're up, slow your breathing down, dig down into that left big toe. And then when you're stable, hands your hips, line the right knee up with the left. Now reach back with your left hand this time, find the inside edge of the right foot. Once you have that grip, kick in your hand, draw the shoulder forward. Now to take it further, again, hinging back and forth, put a little bit on the left knee, keep your gaze forward. But hinge from that left hip. Come down toward halfway with your belly facing the floor. And then keep the tension. Hinge back up. Back to vertical, bring your knees in line. Again like that, hinge from the left hip. Keep your left knee bent a little bit, try to keep looking forward. And then again, bring it back up to vertical and line up the knees. One more time, hinges forward. Draw the left shoulder forward to lift that right knee as you bring it down, hold here. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just step this back to pyramid. Right foot comes one pace down behind the left. So again, about 3 feet front to back, but still hips width distance side to side so you can square this up. Both feet flat, right foot to the side, 45 degrees or so. Right hip forward, left hip back. Now bring your hands to your low back, find the grip that feels strange. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. And then from here to halfway down, take an inhale. With the exhale, lead with your chest come down toward halfway. Inhale, bring yourself all the way upright. And with the exhale, keep your chest open and come halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up again. With the exhale, hinge forward just to halfway and hold here. Shoulders pull back, left hip back, right hip forward. Now take it deeper. Bend the left knee as much as you need to and bring your torso down onto the left thigh. Now shoulders pull back, still look forward as best you can. Maybe straighten that left leg but keep your contact. If you want to go deeper, go ahead, press your knuckles toward the ceiling, let that open your shoulders. Deeper still, you can bend the right knee and lift the right heel. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release both hands down. Slide your right foot back and come into low lunge. And then take it down lower, right knee down. Right foot flat behind, sink your hips down, press the hips toward the front of the mat. And then with an inhale, reach your arms up high, open up. Reach up and back, gaze up high, let your hips sink low to the front. Find that long arc all through the front of the right side, from the right knee through to the shoulders. And just breathe into this here. Now hold your shape and come into that steeple grip, palms together. Interlace the fingers, point through the index fingers. Keep your shoulders pulled back. So you bend the elbows if you need to, if your shoulders are tight. Maybe straighten your arms as long as it doesn't force your head forward. Now let's take this to the side, but keep the arch. Lean to the left, look down to the left. And then come back into center. Lean left, look down to your left side. And then back up to center. Lean left, look down to the left, hold here. And then slowly take an inhale. With the exhale, just release that grip. Left hand, your left hip, right arm reaches past your left thigh. Now try to keep that right hip low, still pulling forward as you open your chest to the left side. Draw the left shoulder back and look toward the back of the mat. It's good enough just to stay here. Now if you want to take it further, keep your hips low like this, but bend the right knee, bring the heel up close, and then set that foot down. Again, bend the right knee and lift the heel, and then set the foot. One more time, bend the right knee, lift the heel. Now maybe keep it lifted, maybe take hold of it and bring that heel in closer. But just take things to where you can, keep the right hip low and keep your twist. And make sure you got those priorities down first. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, turn to center, both hands down. Now left foot behind your left wrist, right knee still down. Come into that almost fall forwards position. Lift the left heel, keep the left knee high outside the arm. Now, like chaturanga, shoulders forward, pull the elbows in underneath you. Lean to the right, ribs to the right arm. Left leg goes to the left arm, lift the left foot. Keep looking forward, keep leaning to lift your right leg. Maybe extend your left leg as well. And again, take it to your vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, take a moment, paddle out and breathe. And let's move into the next sequence. With your next inhale, raise your right leg high behind you. Now keep your right leg straight. Reach to the big toe, point the foot, lock the knee. Keep the thigh tense. Keep your hips level. Lower that right hip so it's in line with the left. Pulse here. Straight right leg, lift the heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your three-legged dog. Keep that right leg straight. Look forward toward your hands. Left foot stays where it is, but bend your left knee. Feel your hips move straight up and down. Back and forth. Press into your left foot. Hop this forward. Press into your left foot. Hop it back. Press into your left foot. Hop it forward. Press into your left foot. Hop it back. Press into your left foot. Hop forward one more time. Stay forward. Right foot comes down between your hands. That's your base foot. Left knee to your chest, round your spine. Take hold of your left knee. Come all the way up to vertical. And again, just take it slow, take your time. Once you're up here, slow your breathing down, press down into that right big toe. And then when you're ready, right hand to the right hip, pull your left knee out to the side with your left hand and keep the toes pointed down. Now I want to be hinging again, this time open hip. Put a little bend in the right knee and then just keep your gaze forward, take it slow. Hinge in the right hip, fold down toward halfway, that left knee stays out to the side. And then just make it as smooth as you can. Come back up the vertical with that left hip open. Again, hinge forward. Come down toward halfway. Keep your gaze forward. Keep your balance. And then bring yourself back upright. Left knee still to the side. Ooh, one more time. See if I can do it one more time. Hinge forward. Come down toward halfway. Oh, I'm losing it here. And then just hold. Keep your gaze forward. Try to keep that left to the side. Keep breathing. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, step the left foot back. And bring yourself into warrior two. Maybe I've been doing this flow too much. I'm starting to lose my balance. All right, so take your stance here. You can lengthen this out further. One line from the front heel to the back arch. Right knee bent, left leg straight. Everything opens up to your left side. Now go ahead and reach this equally front to back. Keep your hips low. And take this back and forth with an inhale, reverse. Left hand to left thigh, right arm high and back. Exhale, extend right up to the right thigh, left arm higher forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverses. Now, with the exhale, extend forward one more time, stay here. And then just bring your left hand to your left hip, keep that left shoulder pulled back. And you can always keep that right arm on the right thigh. Now, you can probably go further. Right arm inside the right leg. Start to reach down, but keep that hand off the floor. Use the tension between the arm and leg to keep that lift and keep yourself open to the side. If you want to go deeper, slide the right arm down, but bend the elbow to keep the hand off the floor. And if you want to go deeper still, maybe straighten that right leg and take this in a triangle stance. Left shoulder stays high. You should still be looking up toward the ceiling wherever you are. Now with your next inhale, bring yourself up, right hands to your hips. Heels in, toes out. We're going to take this into a horse stance, still facing the side of the mat. So start to bend the knees, bring the thighs down toward parallel with the floor, hips down low. As you're moving, bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers. Palms open, elbows wide, chest open, shoulders back. Settle in that center with your spine toward upright. Now, we're going to keep this wide-legged squat. We're going to move from side to side, but I want you to keep the hips at this level. Just moving to the side instead of lifting. So lean over to the right. Right elbow to the right knee. Let your hips go left. And then just bring this back up to center. Lean to left side. Elbow to the knee. The hips go right. Back to center here. Right over to the right knee. Lean this down. Come back up to center again. Left elbow to the left knee. Take it down to this side. Come back up to center. Right over to the right knee. Now hold here. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, left hand to your left knee. Right hand down to the floor inside the right foot. Now keep this twist with the left shoulder high. And then just go ahead and straighten and bend at the knees. Let your hips move up and down. Give your legs a little bit of relief. But then settle in horse again. So bring your hips down low, thighs toward parallel with the floor. Use the arms to keep the knees set wide like this and keep that bit of a twist. Now if this is good enough, just stay right here. If you can take it further, this moves toward a bind. Now for that, walk the right arm underneath the right leg and then lean into the right thigh. Left knee still out wide. Now this could be good enough. If you want to go further, maybe lift the right heel. Maybe lift the right foot and hook it around the right arm. Now if you want to take it further still, and this will not be for everybody, you can reach that left hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Maybe extend that right leg to the side. And this is a variation of this with Matrasana at this point. The hips are still low, knees are still wide. Keep breathing. Now from wherever you are, take an inhale. And with the exhale, slowly bring the right foot down if it's lifted, both hands to the floor. Now turn to the right. Let's come to that almost all fours position. Both hands down, right foot behind the right wrist, bring your left knee down. And then lift the right heel, right knee high outside the arm. Now, come into the pose. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows underneath. Ribs to the left arm, right leg to the right arm, lift the right foot. Keep looking forward, lean forward to lift your left leg. Maybe extend your right leg here as well. Just take it where you can. Take it through another vinyasa when you're ready. And once you find your down dog here, paddle out. We'll take all that to the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high, three-legged dog. Now straighten your left leg. Reach to the big toe, point the foot. Keep the knee locked, lower the left hip so the hips are squared. Feel this in the glutes on the left side. Now to pulse here, lift the heel. On my count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keep that three-legged dog, keep your hips level. Look forward toward your hands, right foot stays where it is. Bend the right knee, feel the hips move straight up and down. Back and forth, push into your right foot, hop it forward. Press into the right foot, hop it back. Press into your right foot, hop this forward again. Press into your right foot, hop it back. Now press into the right foot, hop forward one more time and stay forward. Left foot comes down between your hands, that's your base foot. Pull the right knee to your chest around your spine. Take hold of the right knee. And let's bring it all the way up to vertical again. Now once you're up, slow your breathing down, ground into that left big toe. When you're ready, left hand, your left hip, pull the right knee out to the side. Woo, keep your toes pointed down. Oh, am I gonna lose it on this side? I think I'll have it. Now, just go slow here as we hinge, pull a bend the left knee. Hinge on the left hip. Bring your torso down toward parallel with the floor. And then take it slow. Come back up the vertical with the right knee still to the side. Again, like that, hinge on the left hip. Bring it down toward halfway, keep your gaze forward. And then back up the vertical, right knee still to the side. One more time, hinge from the left hip, ooh, look forward. And hold halfway down. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, just step that right foot back. And let's open this up to warrior two on this side. So deep bend left knee, straight right leg. Again, one line from the front heel to the back arch. Sink your hips down low. You can always lengthen this out a little bit more. Reach your arms equally front to back. And let's go back and forth. Inhale, reverse. Right hand to the right thigh, left arm high and back. Exhale, extend. Left elbow to left thigh, right arm high forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend one more time and stay forward. And just bring the right hand to the right hip. Then keep the right shoulder pulled back. Look up toward the ceiling if you want to go further. Reach inside the left leg. Keep the hand off the floor, but keep the arm and leg pressing into each other. If you want to go deeper, slide down, but bend the left elbow to keep that hand lifted. Right shoulder stays high. Maybe straighten your left leg and take this as a triangle stance. Now with your next inhale, bring yourself up, right hands to your hips. Turn the heels and toes out, bend your knees, find that horse stance again. Hips toward the level knees, thighs toward parallel with the floor. As you move, hands behind your head again. Interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows out wide. Shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. And then settle in at center. Now again, keep the hips at this level, just moving side to side. So lean to the left, left elbow toward the left knee, the hips go right. And then come up to center. Bring it over to the right side, elbow to knee, the hips go left. Back up to center here. Lean to the left side, elbow to knee, hold for a moment. Come back up to center. And then right elbow toward the right knee, lean to this side. Back to center here. Left elbow to left knee, hold. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. With the exhale, right hand to the right knee, left hand to the floor, inside the left foot. Keep the right shoulder high and go ahead and move your hips up and down for a moment. And then settle low into that horse stance. Knees still wide, hips toward the level of the knees. Now use the right hand and the left arm to keep your knees set wide. This could be plenty. If you want to go deeper, see about finding that bind. Left arm underneath the left leg. Maybe just lean to that left leg and lift the left heel. Maybe lift the left foot and hook the arm. That could be plenty if you want to go further. Right hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Maybe extend your left leg. And again, just take it to where you can here. All right, from wherever you are, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, both feet down, both hands on the floor. Turn to the left, bring the right knee down. And let's find that almost all fours position then. Left foot behind your left wrist, lift your left heel up. Left knee stays high. Shoulders forward, pull the elbows in. And as you sink down, put the ribs on the right arm. Left leg goes to the left arm, lift the left foot. Keep looking forward, keep leading to lift your right leg. You can always extend that left leg as well. And then take it through one more vinyasa. And once you find your down dog paddle out here, now from your down dog, inhale the right leg high behind you. And then with the exhale, move this into half pigeon. Right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Go ahead, bring your left knee down, flatten your left foot behind you. Pull the left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. And then just sink your weight straight down. Look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer hip or toward the glutes. Now you can just stay upright. You can always go deeper toward a back bend. You can always melt this down to the floor and relax. Now I'm going to cue a more active version of this today. So if you're interested, just keep your hips squared. Start with yourself extended. And then left hand comes over to the right side inside the right hand. Right hand pulls back, right knee, maybe at the right hip. But draw your right shoulder back. Look over the right shoulder to the side. And keep your left hip pulling forward, both hips sinking down. Kick that right foot into the floor. Now, if this is enough, stay here. If you want to go still further without backing up your hips, you can bend your left knee, lift the foot, maybe take hold of it with the right hand, and draw that heel in. But keep the hip squared, keep that left hip pulling forward, and keep your twist. All right, from wherever you are, if you came into the twist, go ahead and square everything back up toward the front of the mat. If your hands are forward, walk them in close. Now, once your hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back the hips up over your left knee. Step the right foot down between your hands. We're going to take a half split. So belly stays touching the right thigh to begin. Walk your right foot forward. And whenever you're ready, just press into the heel, point the toes up toward the ceiling. All you're looking for is a stretch in the back of the right thigh. So if you feel it already, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and this is good enough. Breathe into that tension. Now, if you want to take it further, if you can straighten the leg, maybe move toward the full split. You can tuck the toes left foot, let your hips sink down, but keep this square. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. You can emphasize the hamstring of the right leg by keeping a forward fold, or you can distribute the tension between both legs and bring your torso upright. Just take it to where you can. Be deliberate about what you're doing here, even though I know it's easy just to open to the left side. All right, if you took it toward the full split, come back into that half split, left knee under your hips. And then from your half split, just bring everything down for all fours. Now from all fours, when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your knees, bring your hips up. And then from downward facing dog, we'll take it on the other side. So when you're ready with an inhale, raise your left leg high. With the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind your left wrist, left ankle somewhere behind the right. Right knee down, right foot flat behind. Pull the right hip forward, keep it in line with the left, and sink your weight straight down. Keep your hips squared. Feel some of that stretch on the left side, outer hip toward the glutes. Now again, you can go deeper toward a back bend if you want to work the extension. You can melt this down and rest. And if you want to take that more active twist, keep your torso upright. Right hand comes to the left inside your left hand. Left hand pulls back to the left knee, maybe to the hip, but draw your left shoulder back, look toward the back of the mat. And just hold here. This is good enough by itself. If you want to take it deeper without backing up your hips, go ahead, bend the right knee, lift the foot, maybe reach with that left hand, and you can pull that heel in closer, still with your hips squared, kick the left foot down, and keep breathing here. Now from here, if you took it toward the twist, turn back to center. If your hands are forward, walk them in close. Once the hands are in position, go ahead, pull your belly and back the hips up over the right knee. Step your left foot down between your hands. And then into that half split. Now keep your belly touching your left thigh. Walk the left foot forward. And whenever you're ready, press into the heel, point the toes up toward the ceiling, pull the left hip back, right hip forward, just look for that stretch in the back of the left leg, and that's it. That is plenty by itself. Now you can always straighten that leg, try to keep the contact. If you want the full split, tuck the toes of the right foot. Let your hips sink down. And again, keep your hips squared. Right hip pulls forward, left hip pulls back. You can emphasize the left leg by keeping the fold, or distribute the tension through both legs and bring it up right here. All right, if you came into that full split, come back to the half split, right knee under your hips. From the half split, come into all fours, bring that left knee down. Now, once both knees on the floor, we're going to take this into the camel setup from here. So just go ahead and walk your knees forward. And see if the knees are about hip-width distance apart, so maybe about 1 foot's distance between your thighs. Now, I always do this with my feet flat behind you. You can tuck your toes if that suits you better. But bring yourself upright and bring your hands to your hips. Now you can change the position of your hands. They can go lower, they can come up higher, whatever suits you best. But wherever you set the hands, be sure the elbows squeeze toward each other and keep your shoulders pulled back. Now when you're ready for me, just keep your glutes engaged, hips pressing forward. Keep that light arc from the knees to the shoulders. And then look to the front wall. Walk your gaze up and find the point of the ceiling that's just directly above you. Check in here. Hips still press forward, shoulders are sinking toward the floor. Keep your chest open. If this is good enough, stay here. Keep the tension in the back line of the body and lengthen out the front. Now, if you want to deepen, you can go a couple different ways. You can release your hands, maybe bring them down to your heels, but be sure you re-engage. Hips are forward, shoulders back, maybe let your gaze go toward the back wall. And if you want to make this more active, still with the glutes engaged, chest open, see about reaching the arms straight back. Let your gaze go back, but again, hold enough tension to keep your shape. Just take it to where you can. Now slowly, from wherever you are, walk your gaze along the ceiling. Find the front wall. Bring yourself all the way down to sitting on your heels. And then once you're down, give yourself a moment. Make sure you're not seeing spots if the blood ran from your head. Whenever you're ready, just bring your legs out from underneath you and come down to your back. Now once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and just squeeze things in tight. And then let's go ahead and take this to a supine twist. Release your left leg extended out fully. Left hand to your right knee. Right arm out to the side. Now go ahead and pull the right knee across your body. Tuck your left hip underneath. Keep both shoulders down. And bring your gaze over to the right. Now as you move into that twist, feel the stretch in the outer right hip. Moving toward your low back. If you need more, you can press down with the left hand. Or maybe take it further and extend that right leg to the side. Take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just bring it back to center. Draw the right knee in. Pull your left knee in as well. And then go ahead and switch it out. Extend your right leg forward. Right hand to your left knee. Left arm out to the side. Now pull the left knee across your body. Tuck your right hip underneath. Keep both shoulders down. And keep your gaze to the left. Now, look for the stretch in the outer left hip toward your low back on this side. If you need more, you can press with the right hand. Or even extend that left leg more fully. Just take the twist as deep as you like. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring this back into center. Draw the left knee in. Pull your right knee in as well. And just squeeze down. And then go ahead, reach between the knees and let's take this into happy baby. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees. And pull down on both sides. So work to press your knees down toward the floor as much as you can. And press the feet back up into your hands at the same time. Let your spine flatten out. Let your tailbone sink down. If you want to take it further, you rock a little bit side to side. If you want to go further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out forward. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body sink down into the mat for a moment. Now when you're ready here, to start to move again bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And extend this out long. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then draw your elbows back in, pull your knees in as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. Then just ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale, hold on to the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.